EnVy seems to be really strong in the early game, but they seem to like falter when it comes to playing together as a team. So I'm not really too worried about playing against EnVy. We're a pretty good team when it comes to later stages of the game. So as long as the game is somewhat even, or we don't fall too far behind, or we have a good early game, I think we'll smash them.
Yeah, for this week, I'm feeling pretty good about our team's performance, especially given our last week's performance against Dig. So I'm not too worried about Echo Fox. However, I think C9, even though they didn't perform that well at Rift Rivals, I think they're still a strong team. And just this week in general, it's a very important kind of turning point in the season, because if we do well this week, 2-0, then we have a really good shot at playoffs. However, if we don't do well this week and we either go 0-2 or 1-1, then it's going to be a lot more difficult to get into playoffs.
So a little bit pressure. No, do that. I'm just moving both sides.
Pretty much how we chose the mid laners this week is we had to split scrims between the two. We had Niski in the morning block and then Pyrian in the evening block.
It was either me or Pyrian that was starting the scrims. Since we have 6 games, we were both playing 3 games, and then the team made a choice to either play with me or Pyrian.
I think both are really similar in terms of skill level, and I think they do have their own pros and cons. Honestly, we just looked at performance and we have to decide who performed better.
All the 4 players, just vote who's gonna play with us this week.
And it was really close, but we ended up just choosing Niski because I think overall he played better.
So Niski had a better scrim result with us, so we just chose him. And because I think that's most a fair way to choose who's gonna play with us. We had a good result with him, so we were pretty confident.
You needed something on the stage, for example, snacks or anything that you prefer.
Like bananas?
No, that's okay.
I think it's good to eat bananas between games.
No, that's okay.
I hate bananas.
Really?
So going against C9, so against Jensen for me, is exciting a lot because Bjergsen and Jensen are the 2 players that I want to face the most because they're the best in the region right now. And they're the one that inspired me to play professionally as well. And I think against C9, I might be a bit nervous in the first minutes, but I think it should be fine. And I think I want to show Jensen that I'm good enough to be able to play against him and even to beat him, maybe. We don't know.
Yeah, and right now, Team EnVy, like we said, 1 match behind Cloud9. If they win this, they're even in the standings with Cloud9 and tied for 4th place, which puts them in the top 5 in terms of standings. And that's what EnVy have been aiming for a while. So taking a series off of Cloud9 could be EnVy's opportunity to prove they're one of the top 5 teams. Oh, he's going to try to punish this. He's swept, knows there's nothing there. Gets past. Very nice ulti there. Oh! Sneaky, and he's going to look to interrupt the jump away as well. Sneaky still trying to escape, but is he long for this world? No! A first blood goes the way of Hakuo. Niski with no ult, Cloud9 disengaging, but Apollo is bottom, pushing into that inhibitor as well. EnVy are playing to get away. Seraph coming back. The taunt from Seraph. 3 dead on the side of Cloud9. A double kill from Seraph. Might pop the ulti, but he's dragged in with the hook and bursted down. The damage from Apollo will seal his fate. The Feather Storm comes out. The Feathers fly. The double kill for Apollo, and Cloud9 is 3 versus 5. And this might be game. Sneaky taking some damage from those Syndra spells. EnVy still trying to end this one here. Contract gets caught out. And that should be it. Jensen and Sneaky, again, the only 2 standing. And exhausted Tristana cannot deal with 5 EnVy members. And EnVy will go up 1-0. Owning the flag away. The tower aggro is taken by Impact, who then jumps away, and first blood goes to Cloud9. Self-hit by the knockup, decides to go back in. Petrifying Gaze comes out, and they'll actually punish Contracts here. The cavalry arrives, and EnVy punish that invade. River and Finch, they're dead. Just walks over the trap, gets the mark on him. Oh! Curving the bullet like Angelina. Impact got interrupted. Yep. Dude, that's 2 for the double kill. Fight break out, and Sneaky is caught. The miasma is down, and he is gone. Niski grabbing the kill credit on that one as Cloud9 tries to turn the fight around. Seraph taken low, but not taken down just yet. Jensen gonna be the target as Lyra jumps in, but cannot secure the kill. Happen again in this game. Oh, arrow out. There it goes. The wombo combo, the damage, and Sneaky's gone before he can react at all. Don't worry though, because Contracts will be keeping him company on the spawn platform. Black and white's the view for these guys for the next 45 seconds as EnVy heads towards Baron. Better, and it made this game possible again as Contracts gets caught out. Right as the Elder Drake fight is going to be happening, but C9 decides to go for it anyway. Smoothie going to be taken low, but Sneaky's down first. Smoothie joins him, and 3 dead for Cloud9. Gargoyle Stone Plate for Seraph to keep him alive and allow him to tank this. But that's the hook they needed. Jensen goes down, the shutdown for Apollo, and EnVy will make their victory march towards the base. Nexus turret number 2 can say the same, and against all expectations, EnVy will 2-0 Cloud9. And EnVy now move to a tie for 4th place. And over the halfway point of the split, they're in top 5 still.
As a team, I think we played like almost perfectly. You know, like we had like a couple of mistakes as a team, but we pretty much good job about it.
It felt pretty good. I was pretty confused because I mean I didn't expect it to be that easy. Not trying to BM them or anything, but yeah, I didn't think it was gonna go that smoothly. Even during the series, I just felt like they were kind of playing off, and I don't think that they played their top game.
After winning that game, I was quite happy because I wasn't sure if I was better or if I could even match with Jensen, because I was kind of scared I'd get smashed by him at first. And I didn't really know like how he would play, but then after first game, I knew that he wasn't playing aggressive, I guess. And since I'm aggressive player mid, I was just like laning well, and we won the game, I think, by that.
Yeah, we just 2-0'd them. It was pretty clean, or relatively clean, and it felt really good, especially going into the Echo Fox, and I felt like we're a lot more confident.
A really impressive game out of Hawkpo, who's been really stepping up this split to be one of the top 3 supports in the league, I'd say. He will pick up player of the game while Apollo receives an honorable mention. Again, doing a lot of work on the bot side of the map, the 2 of them together.
Nicholas Hawkpo surgeon.
Nice job, Thresh God.
Hey, maybe you get tomorrow, okay? Don't worry. Maybe you get tomorrow.
Fuck you to me.
Rift is ready for our next series of the day as Echo Fox take on Team EnVy. Last night, Team EnVy upset Cloud9 of all teams, what was a very strong 2-0 for the side.
Yeah, I mean, it's called an upset because you're like, oh, Cloud9, one of the best teams in the league. Well, guess what? They're actually tied in the standings with EnVy, so not as big an upset maybe as it's being made out to be.
Between the rest of EnVy, another stun there as Looper about to run out of Mega. There's an ulti as Lyra goes first blood. Could be 2 here as Looper also going to go down. Minina so squishy as Demonty. Far too late, does get a counter kill, but Niski going to try and fight Demonty there with the double buffs. There's a hook from Gate, there's Keith with a kill, Niski with the ulti up, and Seraph's going to jump in, do take down Greg, but just too much damage on the other side as Niski playing forward, gets bunker shot back by Keith. EnVy, their last stand was a valiant one, but it's not going to do too much else, I don't think. Echo Fox able to slap down turret number 1. Gate does look for a hook, but a flash is all he's going to get here. The Nexus now exposed in EnVy, defending their final structure.
They just need to usher in the
a clutch
nice
start there from Looper. He's going to get a little bit of damage. Niski picked up by Demonte as Keith doing what he needs to do. Echo Fox with a very clean game number 1. Bulk of the golden XP. And now Niski level 6. Ooh. That one worked out. As Demonte actually goes down. What a calculation from Niski. Alton gets first blood. And, with Niski and his jungler able to get himself ahead nicely as EnVy looking for an arrow.
Let's see if it connects. Looks like it's going to.
Oh, very nice. Time catch moving up as well. Combo moving out. Demonte does have enough health. Apollo leaped forward to try and get in. Yeah, Hako actually moved him in with the Abyssal Void, and now we got to book it. Nunu chasing him down. Hako able to tank the next few turret shots, and now Arcadian's actually in trouble. Niski on a killing spree barely snaps him for the last one.
Storm Raider Surge zooms on out. Feels like that's pretty much how it feels for Xbox.
That's the Corky special. Oh my god, what a combo! Actually going to keep him alive, but Lyra with a flash cocoon barely extends the CC chain. Arcadian going to pop the absolute zero repel out there as Niski flashes out of the W. Arcadian didn't have his ultimate, now Arcadian forced to flash away. But Seraph has spotted them. They get a ward down. Apollo working on that turret, already gone.
And Lyra is coming, so I mean, EnVy could actually look to fight there as well. I think they will.
Arrow through mid lane.
4 men here now.
Long arrow! Oh my god! Nails getting the butt side. Oh! Seraph's gonna dunk him. Cataclysm used. Seraph in a 1v2 as Niski's on a rampage taking down Arcadian. Seraph gets the kill. Apollo is on point this weekend. Scooped out to safety. Niski still chasing a mash. Oh my god, you better run. Lyra on a killing spree.
They get everything. As EnVy's going to get a free Baron, it looks like. It is spotted, but I think Nunu's too far away.
Yep, took a lot of hard work to get to this point, but they basically time out all the wards, get the lanes pushing in. That is the simplest Baron EnVy will take. Oh, Pumpkin's coming in. Katie getting low, but he's got a lot of health to play with. Seraph going to get charmed up and knocked up, but there's Hako now going to get charmed up just after he devours one. Seraph on a killing spree, takes down Game Brodini, has leapt in for the 1v5, but he is not going to last the night. Goes down to Lyra. And now Seraph going to keep chasing. Demonte forced away. So Cocoon just going to miss Lyra, but EnVy in for a dive. Arcadian going to pop the ultimate, going to buy some time as the stun lands in onto match. It goes down to Apollo.
But they're not going to have to.
Nope.
Let's see if they can close it out.
Arrow going to miss, but just flies on by.
There we go, nice engage.
Looking for Arcadian with a follow-up ultimate, but I think there's a little too much here for EnVy. Fox still fighting, but the front line taking the turrets. Brodini pretty healthy in the front side, but he gets stunned up by the Syndra. It looks like Stoneplate wore off, and I think it's all falling to pieces. Demonte, low, exhausted. He's looking to go down as Niski gets another snipe. Good 3-man root depth match, but he gets stunned up by the Cocoon once more, and he's going to fall down to the unrelenting Syndra. Lust and him's going to fall, and EnVy are going to end the game. Seems like they've recognized that picks aren't as easy, so they'll I'll play the map instead, but also just biding their time and really
and now we're gonna see some action. I think this is gonna be almost impossible for Looper to get out of.
3-man dive, Looper flashes, but is already exhausted. Lyra here as well, knocked back from Niski with the W, and there's first blood. Apollo gonna get it. Fox can get it back easily if they win a fight, but they keep playing back. They're gonna slowly maybe lose, but here's the action. Apollo gonna get left on, but actually a double
shockwave.
Trying to get out of the shockwave lands through. Demonte needs to get back into the rest of the fight. Hako is low, but Keith is gonna be able to take him down as Niski zones out Oriana. Seraph low, didn't even commit the ultimate just yet. Fox trying to fight their way out here, but Lyra back in with the ultimate, executes Demonte, and there's the Galio ult just to save Lyra.
And Echo Fox is on the wrong side of the map here. They are pinned down. We'll see if they can fight out.
Apollo burnt down by Looper, very nice, but now they're gonna keep going for the re-engage. Niski with a lot of damage, but Olaf able to take down the Galio. Lyra gets out of there.
It's simply a world in which you can actually give the team too many chances to get back in. Now, finally looking for a fight.
Lyra actually going in after the Seraph following in. Big 3-man taunt coming, gets a bit, a lot of damage on Nikita's gate. Already going to go down. Seraph actually getting the first kill onto the marksman as Apollo grabs the other member of the duo, and EnVy probably asking themselves why we didn't do that earlier. Start the process. In fact, that turret's dead. He's just chilling out.
Sit there, and now the turret goes down up top. They lose the third inhibitor. Echo Fox and not even going to be able to fight for any of these inhibitors, and it's a repeat of game 2.
It's actually crazy to watch Lyra just babysitting the minions, but next to turret 1 already down with his health. Now the final stand is going to come, but Seraph tanks every little bit of damage. The Nexus is already dead. Echo Fox just too late on that one, and EnVy are going to win the series and sweep the weekend.
The EnVy, great weekend for them. A rough game 1 here, but game 2 and 3 looking extremely dominant.
Yeah, going into Echo Fox, like I said, we were definitely more confident, but I kind of knew that Echo Fox was going to be a little bit harder because they're just kind of random. They're doing this 10-man sub roster, so it's kind of hard to what's the word? Hard to predict what they're going to do, and so that's why I kind of felt like it was going to be harder. We didn't really play well the first game, but the 1 and 2, I think we adapted well, and then we adapted our picks and bans, and then from there it was a lot easier.
I think this weekend I played quite good. I mean, I could play better, I think, because I mean, you can always play better. But I think facing Jensen, I played okay, I guess. Going into Egg Fox, their mid wasn't like, I wouldn't say he was bad, but it was not Jensen, you know. And I mean, I just played my game, and my goal was to just win the game. And I mean, I just tried everything to win the game, and at the end we won. So, yeah.
We feel really good with the standings right now. We were fighting to get out of relegations last split, but now we're fighting to get into playoffs, or maybe even like a higher seed into playoffs, just because of how well we're doing. So it's a really, it's a huge change of pace. But even though, I mean, I kind of been in both situations, right? Like I've either been fighting for relegations or fighting for playoffs, and in both situations, they're both stressful, right? It doesn't really change too much. Relegations, albeit, is much more stressful, but I still think like the competition is just still there. We still have, so many more games to go, and it's still going to be extremely hard to get that playoff spot or get the higher seeding in the playoff spot.
I think for next week we should be able to pull out that 2-0 weekend again, because TL are last place right now, and I don't think that Flag Ops are like that strong right now. But I'm kind of a bit scared because the meta changed right now. Lethality is come back. So I'm not sure how the meta will be, but I just hope that we can like adapt to the meta. And if we can do that, I think we should be able to go to playoffs. And yeah, that's it.
The last few weeks, or the last couple of weeks, were a little bit shaky, and I think that we can improve a lot more during our scrims. But I'm just glad that we're playing better on stage, and I think that was our main problem, as well as picks and bans. So if we can kind of keep those two stable, I guess, like if we can constantly improve our pick and ban as well as constantly improve on stage, I think that's going to be help us get into playoffs for sure.